Hi, Dr. Dara.
Hi, good afternoon,
Good
please.
afternoon. So today we'll be doing something like very
Oh,
interesting. It's just
amazing.
going to be like a conversation actually. You know, I would want us to talk about the COTE project.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So to me, I know the project is it means collaborate to eliminate
Yes,
project.
yes, you're
But
right.
then can you like say something more on the project? At least for people that don't know anything about the project, they just know it's collaborate to eliminate. What is it about?
Oh, thank you so much, please. So, the Collaborate to Eliminate project is just an initiative which aims to provide HIV education
Okay.
to vulnerable populations, including internally displaced persons, pregnant women and nursing mothers, and also university students to understand
Students.
that these populations are at most risk of getting HIV. And this project just aims to improve their knowledge on HIV. The
Educate them
education
about.
was focused on key populations. I mentioned the internally displaced persons, pregnant women and nursing mothers, and
Yeah,
also university age students, because we
students.
understand that these populations are at most risk of coming down of getting HIV. And the project was just to improve their knowledge on HIV testing, and also HIV prevention measures, particularly PrEP, which is the pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Prophylaxis.
Yeah.
So that means the project is not really addressing anything about stigma
No, yes,
or
we cannot talk about HIV and not mention stigma,
stigma.
because because of this location that we are in,
Yeah,
people do not have much knowledge about HIV, and so they believe that anybody that has HIV should not be related with, and that's where stigma comes. So we cannot talk about HIV without talking about stigmatization, because it has to just be holistic. The education on HIV has to be holistic, and it's to talk about stigma.
mhm. Okay, so I'm very curious. You mentioned that part of the population you like went to like
Okay.
sensitize
Yes.
was like there were pregnant women among them. So like
Yes.
for these pregnant women, what was their reaction like after the interaction actually? Because for most of them, I don't think they really like, especially the communities you actually went to.
Yes.
I don't think they really like have that prior knowledge before. So what was their reaction to like HIV? Did they like were they freaked out, or did they say something like, "Oh no, don't discuss, don't talk to me about this thing," or like did they like accept the conversation or
Okay, yeah, so the pregnant women and nursing mother really accepted the project. It was like they were waiting for us, and their reception was 100%.
wow?
When we got to the community, we met with, because we leveraged the primary health care facility to reach the pregnant women and nursing mothers. And by the time we got there to just talk to them about HIV, they were very receptive. They were willing to learn. We saw that enthusiasm, they showed it, and they were open to learning. Even when um they didn't understand, they asked questions and they were open. Even some mentioned that they were going to take the information back to their husbands, their neighbors, their friends, because they learned a lot. The training was very comprehensive, and the pregnant women were happy to get that education.
Okay. So another thing I would like to ask is that so once this project wraps up, what are we going to expect from SRHIN? I mean, what we should be doing about HIV prevention? Will there still be like any education sessions going on, or would that like would that be an end? So would it just like stop like that?
Oh, okay. So this HIV project is not stopping anytime
All
soon.
right.
And why I mention that is because whenever we plan our projects, we think of sustainability. And so one of the things we implemented to ensure that this project is sustained is that we just did not go to their communities to just give them this education. We
Yeah.
actually provided them with IEC materials, flyers, and pamphlets on HIV, which they can always go back to keep reading about it. And also, as one of the activities for this project, we are training healthcare providers in these communities. So we are equipping them with the knowledge and also the skill to be able to continue this education, such that
Education.
this project, though the project might stop, but then the education in these communities will keep going and going, because we have met and taught their healthcare workers, and also provided these our populations with IC materials that they can use whenever they want to.
Wow. I think I love that because I really like the idea of HIV prevention
Yes.
because this topic is really like timely right now, especially like the high spike of HIV. I mean, recently there was this announcement that they made that in Lagos, I think Lagos, Benin, and Edo State, the increase, the rate at which like people are like having HIV, and it's really really alarming. So I think it's actually very, very timely because you know these underserved populations, they don't really have access to this type of thing. They don't get it often. So it's really, really thoughtful that this type of project was actually taken to their community. And then, you know, talking about stigma, I feel like thank God like for this awareness actually. People now know that it's not, you know, before people feel like, oh, once someone has HIV, if you hug them, probably you
Yes.
might contact it. And
Yes.
then thank God like for this type of awareness. Now people really know what can, you know, cause the virus and how they can like get it from another person, not just about hugging them, shaking them, or things like that.
Yes,
So
yes. Thank you so much. So that is one of the key messages our HIV project, which is this collaborate to
yeah,
eliminate project, aims to achieve. In as much as we are taking this HIV education to communities, we're helping them to understand how one can contract HIV and how HIV cannot be contracted. And this is just to ensure that there is reduced stigmatization. Understand that because of where we are in, the communities we live, people do not have much knowledge about HIV, and so they believe that HIV, anyone living with HIV should not be related with. But then, because of our HIV education, we have the what's the debunked, we have, because of our HIV education, we have debunked those myths and those misconceptions. And it's very beautiful to know that this population that we've educated already have the right knowledge about HIV prevention measures, and HIV testing measures, and also how to relate well and be a safe space for anyone they know that is living with HIV.
all right. Thank you so much for your time. So I hope this video actually, you know, helps anyone coming
Yes,
across it. You now know better about HIV prevention,
definitely.
and there are a lot of tips that you can, you know, start
Learning and
learning and,
putting to
and
use.
putting to use. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Ciao.